The word for this year, y'all, is elevation. We're gonna elevate in every single area of our lives.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something.
What's up, babes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. If this is your very first time here. And today, y'all, we're gonna be talking about how to elevate yourself in 2024. If you're like me, 2023 was a year for you, sis. It was not pretty, it was real ghetto. So 2024 is an opportunity to be better, do better, become better, look better, smell better, all the betters. And we're gonna call that elevation. So for me personally, I've been taking a lot of practical steps in every area of my life to elevate myself and to just take me up another level. I wanted this video to be all inclusive, even though in the future I'm probably going to do individual videos about each topic. However, we are going to be focusing on how to elevate your personal aesthetic, your spiritual life, your health, your productivity, routines, and personal development. So this is just pretty much things that I have been doing that have been super helpful for me as I'm trying to elevate myself in 2024. So let's get right into it. So first things first, we're going to start with something fun, which is the personal aesthetic. The way we look is so important because not only do we feel good when we look good, but we present ourselves to the world without even opening our mouths. People already make their mind up about us, whether we like it or not, when they look at us. So it definitely needs elevation. For me, I have 3 different things about my personal aesthetic that I want to elevate this year, and that is my makeup, my hair, and my style. So let's start with makeup, y'all. Lately in my life, in my mid-30s almost, I have been loving an everyday makeup looks. This year, I want to continue to perfect like my everyday look. Right now, don't mind me, child. I do a lot for my everyday makeup because I'm a makeup girly. You know what I'm saying? I love makeup. I have so much makeup. And it's something I've been doing for so long that it just comes naturally to me. But I think it's so important for women to have a go-to makeup look. Because I feel like if you're talking about elevating your look, sis, makeup that accentuates your natural features and what you want to accentuate on your face. And it ain't gotta be much. For some of us, it's just a little, you know, mascara and lip gloss or a liner, and that's totally fine. I just feel like when we're presenting ourselves to the world and becoming our best versions, we wanna look our best. And makeup is created to do that. I love a quick, simple makeup look, something that's clean, something that's neutral. This year, I do want to get back into a little bit of color makeup wise, but not on a regular basis. I'm just gonna be honest. That's what I love these days, is to look super cute and natural and simple and timeless. I love a nice timeless look. If you ask me, I would say don't pay attention to the trends in makeup. You know, it's fun to do here and there, but find a routine that works for you year round. Always looks good on you, whether you want to contour or not, whether you want to do lipstick or lip gloss, do a skin tint versus a full coverage foundation. It's all up to you and what you feel comfortable with, but finding that for yourself in the new year is so important because, baby, when you find the right look, baby, it's just gonna take you up a notch, and that's what we want. Next, y'all, my hair. So I just recently, you know, got out of a little situation and I felt like I needed to bust down. You know what I'm saying? After a breakup, you know, you just want to like step out. And so that's what I did. I had the long hair. But prior to that, I already knew about myself that I like a shorter hair length because I'm in my grown woman era. I'm in my grown woman era. And there's just something about a shorter cut, whether it's like a long bob or something that's this length, that really just screams, you know, sophistication, classiness, pulled together, wifey vibes, you know, and that's what I want to give off to the world. So this year I want to perfect like my signature hairstyle. And I feel like that's really gonna elevate me, not just now, but in the future. Cause I feel like it's just something that people would associate with me and feel like, oh, you look great with that hairstyle, or yeah, that's so you know? And that level of elevation is top tier for me in my personal aesthetic. This hairstyle I love. This is actually the long hair that I had before, and I went ahead and snipped it because I'm like, okay, Maya, you're not the long 25, 26, 30-inch baddie that you once were. And not that I can't do that, because I can, but I just feel like this fits my personal aesthetic and what I want for my life and aligns with who I am now. So it says to elevate this year, I would definitely focus on finding a hairstyle that suits you and only you, that you love, and that elevates you and just kind of takes you up from maybe looking like a girlfriend to looking like wifey material. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's what you want for your life or not, you know what I mean. It's different levels. And lastly, for my personal aesthetic is my clothes and my style, y'all. If you watch my vlogs, then you know that I have been on a journey to trying to have more of an elevated casual style. And that concept is not completely new to me. It's something I've been doing and just trying to dress more sophisticated and look more classy, but I'm trying to do it a little bit more now on a casual everyday basis versus just throwing on like a sweatsuit, or which I can elevate that as well, but you know what I'm saying. Also, I have been committed to being a little bit more modest. I am a woman of God, I'm a Christian woman, and I want my dress to, like I said, your aesthetic and what you look like speaks before you do. So right before the new year, I did purge my closet. I went in there and I kind of went through every single piece of clothing and decided, do I wear this anymore? When's the last time I worn it? Does it still match my style? And does it represent me now and align with who I am trying to become, even if I'm not that woman now? It is so important for us, especially when we want to reinvent ourselves or elevate or glow up, to start showing up as that girl today. The way you get from point A to point B, which is the old you to the new you, is habits, is repetition. And that starts with who you are today. Just start becoming that person and eventually it will come natural and just be who you are. There were a lot of things in my closet that just had to go. And I know I'm throwing out a lot of color, and this is not all getting tossed. Some is getting tossed and some is getting donated. I am just the neutral girl. I take pride in that. I'm cool with that. Judge me if you want. But I just feel like you can come up with so many more outfits when you have neutrals, and it does give off more elevated, sophisticated vibes. I ain't make that rule. The world did. But I just like it for myself. But I do want to start incorporating some more different colors into my wardrobe that I feel still gives that aesthetic and that vibe. But I feel like what I do have, it ain't it, sis. So it's gotta go. Another part of my personal aesthetic that I am focusing on is my fitness and my body. I feel like I need to take it up a notch. If you don't know, I did get a BBL 2 years ago. I invested in that, so I really want to perfect it. So the next area of my life that I am focusing on is my health. Now, yes, I want my body to look amazing, but really, as I've been getting older, which I'm only 34, but I just been thinking more about longevity of my life and actually being healthy. That is one of the things that I feel will elevate my life to no return. Like, what's more elevated than being healthy? For that reason, of course, I did just get a gym membership, so I think it's so important for us to make sure we're finding something that we enjoy doing. Everyone doesn't have to have a gym membership. Everybody ain't gotta take high girl walks every morning. You know what I'm saying? Everyone doesn't have to do the same thing, but I feel like it's important for us to find something that we just really enjoy that can get our body moving. For this reason, I am committing this year to meal prepping every Sunday. Every Sunday. Now, this has been a difficult thing for me this past year or past couple of years, because I say I'm gonna do it and then I buy all this spinach and all these vegetables and then I end up not using it, and then I'm throwing everything away at the top of the week, mad because healthy food is way more expensive than the junk food, of course. But this year I am dedicating myself to doing this meal prep so that it's easy for me to just jump in the refrigerator, grab something, pop it in the microwave and eat. So I am getting back into intermittent fasting because that works for me. I'm a busy girl, as most of us are, and it's really helpful for me to take out the thought process of making food, what's for dinner type of thing. So even with my daughter, I'll make extra so that I can just throw something on a plate for her at nighttime. And I know when I don't meal plan, I'm failing. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I recommend you getting into some meal prepping, babe. And if you don't want to cook, there's plenty of services that will cook it for you. It's probably gonna be cheaper than the food from the grocery store. The next area of my life that I'm committed to elevating this year is my personal development. So I am in therapy. If you watch me, then you know that your girl is in therapy and I need it for multiple reasons, and it's been great. So that's one thing I want to continue this year, and I encourage anyone who, if you move in a way that you don't understand, if you accept less than what you deserve, if you have childhood trauma, relationship trauma, if you just all of these things, I would recommend you going to therapy. Because baby, it is life-changing. But outside of that, one thing that I'm committed to doing this year is reading more. I take pride in my education and just my intellect and just enjoying more elevated types of hobbies. And I feel like reading is that. I have so many books and I buy them with good intentions. But then I don't end up reading them. And I feel like it's because I just get overwhelmed with life and everything else I have going on, and it never gets read. So I'm taking baby steps this year. Every night I am making a commitment to read 10 to 15 minutes every single night. It's also a really great way to calm down in the night as well, and to turn my phone off. I feel like when we're elevating for the new year and taking ourselves up a level, babe, we gotta get out the phone. I am trying to not do that at night, because then I end up getting less sleep. Then it's hard for me to get up in the morning and do my workout and get my day started. So reading is a perfect elevation. Another thing when it comes to personal development for me that I'm doing is establishing boundaries and standing on them. I realize that that is not a strong point for me, and not even just in relationships, in life. So for this year, I did write down some boundaries that I would like to have for myself, some standards that I want to set for myself in life and in dating, because I'm sure I'll be on the dating scene sometime this year. But these are things that I want to do and start off top of the year establishing and standing on for my life. Things that have gone under my radar or I haven't paid enough attention to in the past that has really cost me. Child, I feel like if you really want to elevate, getting your boundaries and your standards intact, but then also practicing standing on them, standing up for yourself and saying no, even if it's gonna shake the table a little bit, is so important. Because how can you become a better version of you, or the best version of you, or glow up, or whatever you want to call it? How can you do that if you can't even say no to people? If you're focused on self-care, self-love, becoming better, one of the main ways to do that is knowing what you want, what you value, and being able to say no when a situation presents itself that is not in alignment with that. It is one of the ultimate ways to elevate your year. So the way I did this obviously was making the list, and also prayed over my list as well, because I want God to reveal to me the real true reason of why I want these things, and these are boundaries and standards for myself. Because when I really know that, it's easier for me to enforce them. The next area of my life that I am elevating in 2024 is my spirituality, or my spiritual life. In the past, I would have considered myself a lukewarm Christian. Not that I wasn't actually saved, but just not completely versed on my word, not really knowing the stories, not really know what says the Lord. You're just kind of leaning on what other people say, what they tell me, what my pastor says, just reading devotionals without actually getting into the Bible. I am guilty of that, and this year, one of the biggest elevations I feel like I could apply to my life is knowing my word and reading my words. I'm committed this year to knowing the Bible and knowing the word for myself. I am implementing, a devotional period into my morning routine, and not just, a devotional, because usually I'll just be honest, that's what I do. And I want more for myself this year. I feel like I can stand more on the word of God and know more of what God is trying to tell me, of what he wants for my life, when I know my Bible better. I would argue and say that this is the biggest tip that I would give in this video to elevate your year in 2024, is to get to know the word of God for yourself, so you know that you know that you know that you know that you know what God says, what he wants for you. And I believe it'll bring you closer to God, and you can more easily hear the Holy Spirit when you are facing things in life and figuring out which way to go. Another way that I'm elevating myself this year when it comes to my spirituality is guarding my ear gates. So I have always been an R&B girly, okay? I love R&B music. Ain't barely no rap songs in my library. Maybe a little Drake, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little song here and there that I love. I did take it upon myself to go into my Apple Music library and purge a lot of music that I listen to that does not speak to the woman that I'm becoming and doesn't align with my elevated self. And when I say this, I'm talking about music that might have subject matter that I don't want to be consuming. Like, for example, I stopped listening to music that's about sex. I'm a single woman. I am a celibate woman. And that's baby, I just don't want my mind to go there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to consume that. And it's so important to be aware of what we're allowing in our gates, our ear gates, our eye gates. As I've been getting closer to God, I feel like that has been a revelation for me. So I did leave a few songs that I love. I personally don't feel like there's anything wrong with secular music. It just depends on what it's about. So I did leave a nice amount of songs, but most of it had to go. And to replace that, I have been on a mission to finding more Christian music, gospel music, or just more positive vibe type of music that still gives R&B vibes, you know, still gives the sound that I want, but the subject matter and what it's focusing on, or worship, is just so much better for my soul, for my spirit, for where my life is and what I want to be consuming on a daily basis. So that is literally all I've been listening to for the past like 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know, I just feel a shift in the atmosphere. The next area of my life that I'm elevating are my routine. I am a person of habit, and I got a lot of bad ones that I really desperately need to break. And having a morning routine and a nighttime routine for me is so imperative. I will be doing individual videos about each of those routines that I've established at this point. So I didn't do any footage for this video in particular. However, my morning routine has to be on point, and I gotta get it done to have a good day. I noticed even when I wasn't as disciplined as I should have been, or if I wasn't really like on it, the days that I did do my morning routine, y'all, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay, to-do list done, meal prep 8, content on all platforms posted. You can't tell me nothing on days that I have my morning routine done. And I want that all 2024. I want to feel accomplished. I want to feel like I have done what I told myself I was going to do. And that all starts with my routines. I'm developing routines that are in alignment with who I am, who I'm becoming. I've already named a couple things in this video that I plan on incorporating into those routines, but I felt like it was worth a mention because that is one of the biggest ways that you can elevate your life this year, is by establishing healthy habits for yourself that pretty much the success of them trickles into every other area of your life during your day. The last area of my life that I want to talk about is productivity. Being organized, having my stuff together, knowing what I'm gonna do on each day, having a to-do list, all of that helps me to do everything I need to do at an elevated level. Planning is huge for me this year. I did buy a new planner. I am one of the girlies that always hit Target when it's time to get a new planner, a new notebook. So I got this planner from Target, and I'm making a commitment that this year, every Sunday evening on my reset days, that I will plan my week out. I wanna make sure that I'm covering all my bases. Sometimes I deal with procrastination and lack of discipline. So this is really important for me to elevate my level of productivity in my life. Not only do I do this now on Sunday evenings, but I'm also doing it every evening just to look over my planner, scratch off what I did get done, write down anything extra that's for the next day, maybe a couple minutes, like 1 to 2 minutes spent with my planner every evening, just to keep up with myself, to stay responsible, to get done everything I need to get done. And that's imperative for me because I have so much going on. I can't afford to miss a lot. This also is an opportunity for me to establish goals that I have for that particular week. So let's say I have a weight loss goal and I want to hit 2 pounds lost that week. Or if I have a goal to post a certain amount of days that week, that's where I'll write that down, and it'll allow me to revisit it every single night. I see it, it's in my face, and I know what's expected of me, and it kind of puts a little bit more healthy pressure on me to get the things done that I need to get done. All right, babes, that wraps up today's video. I hope that you really enjoyed it, and I hope you got a few nuggets or can relate to some of the things that we talked about today. I want you guys to elevate for 2024 the same way that I am committed to elevating, and it's gonna be a beautiful year. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.